Hey guys, so today we're going to be working with using percents to find the amount of a markup or a markdown. So I'm going to go through and explain some of the things that you're going to be working on today, and I want you to just do your best. I know it's a bummer that I won't get to see you in person until next week, so it's really important that you work with these slides, listen to this video carefully, do the best you can, and of course, as always, message me if you have any issues or concerns as you're working. So this is what you're going to work on today. And then also on Friday, you will also be working with markups or markdowns. And I'll have another video explaining what you're going to do on Friday. So 2 days of this. And then hopefully when we get back, we'll be pros. Okay. So the first thing we want you to do is just start by writing percentages as decimals. The last time you were in class, we talked about how you turn a fraction into a decimal, how you turn a decimal into a percent, how you turn a percent back into a fraction, etc. So all we have to do to turn a percentage into a decimal is just divide the percentage by 100, or you can just move the decimal 2 spaces to the left. So the example here was 72%. You can do 72 divided by 100 on your calculator and you'll get 0.72. Or you can just pick up the decimal. Remember, the decimal is at the end. If it's a whole number, you're going to move it 2 spots to the left and you would end up with 0.72. If it's a 5% change, then we know that we can take 5 and divide it by 100 on our calculators. Or again, the decimal point is at the end of the 5. Move it 2 spots to the left. Since there's no number there, we're going to fill it in with a 0. So 5% is 0.05. So the first thing we want you to do is just go ahead and practice turning these percents into decimals. All right, so the first one I'll do for you. 75%, 75 divided by 100 would be 0.75, and that's it. Now look at the ones on the next column, 136%. 136%, if the decimal's at the end and we move it 2 spaces to the left, we would get 1.36. All right, so that's the first thing that you're going to do is just practice turning the percent into decimals. Then we want you to just practice finding the percent of a number. So remember, of means multiply in math class. So if you're trying to find the percent of a number, you're just going to turn the percent into a decimal like we just did on slide 2, and then multiply to get the new value. So 5% of 90 would be 0.05, times 90, which is 4.5. All right. So the next one would be 37% of 114. So we're going to change 37% into a decimal times 114, and you're going to fill in your answer for that one. You're going to go ahead and try those next. Okay. Once you're done with that, then we're going to get into working with discounts and markups. So let's start with a discount. A discount is any time that the amount subtracted is really just the amount that is subtracted from the cost of an item. So if you have a coupon and you get 50 cents off, that's a discount. If you go to the store and they're advertising 25% off, that's a discount. Since you are getting a discount, you are going to pay less than 100% for the item. So, for example, if I go to the store and they are advertising 25% off, that means the original price of the product was 100%. I'm getting 25% off, so I'm really only paying 75% for the item. All right. So the first thing you're going to do on a discount problem is to find the amount you owe after a discount. You are going to subtract the percent of the discount from 100%. Then you're going to turn that new percent into a decimal, just like we did on slides 2 and 3. And then you're going to multiply the original price by your decimal. Your answer is going to be the new price. And remember, because it's a discount, your answer should be less than the amount you started with. So here we have our first example. David wants to buy a radio that is on sale for 20% off. The original price of the radio is $200. How much will David pay? All right, so David is going to pay how much? It is a discount. We know he's getting 20% off. So step one, I'm going to do 100% minus 20% because that's how much he's getting off. So David is actually going to pay 80% for the object, the radio in this case. All right. So he knows that the radio is $200 originally, but he's only going to pay 80%. So we're going to take that $200, we're going to multiply it by 80%, 0.80, and that's going to give us our new amount. So let's come over here to our calculator and let's do 200 times, he's paying 80%, 0.80, and hit equals. He's going to pay $160. All right, so we'll come back over here. He's going to pay $160. That's all you're going to do for a discount. All right, you're going to take the amount of your discount, subtract it from 100%. That's going to give you your new percentage. Remember, that's the percentage that we're actually paying. Then you're going to turn that into a decimal, just like you did on slide 2, and multiply it just like you did on slide 3. Your new answer should be less than the original because it's a discount. So notice that instead of paying $200, he's only paying $160. All right, that's his discount. So you're going to go ahead and try slide 6. There's a couple more. And then slide 7 has a double discount. So what happens if Alicia is buying a new pair of boots and Macy's is advertising a sale, 35% off all boots? Alicia has a coupon for an additional 25% off. How much is she actually going to pay for the boots? Now be careful here. A lot of 7th graders think that they can just add 35% and 25% and do this all in one step. We cannot do that. This is a 2-step problem. So I'm going to let you guys try it, but what you need to do is figure out how much she's going to pay after the 35% off. And then when you get that answer, do a second problem for her 25% off coupon. So I'm going to let you try that just to make sure that, I don't want to ruin all the surprises for you. All right, give it a try. So those are discounts. We're going to end up paying less than 100%. The next section is a markup. And a markup is any time that you're going to end up paying more than 100%. So this is the amount that is added to the cost of an item. So in your real life world problems, all right, you're going to have things like taxes, tips, commissions, and sometimes just general markups when you go to the store. Remember, it is a markup, which means you're going to be paying more than the original price. So you're going to pay more than 100% for these types of problems. To find the new price of an item that is a markup, instead of subtracting our percent from 100, we're going to add our percent to 100. So that's step 1. Add the percent of the markup to 100%. Then you're going to do the same thing we just did. You're going to turn that new percent into a decimal. You're going to multiply the original price by that new percent, and the new price should be more than what you started with. Because if you think about it, when you add tax to an item, you pay more for that item. If you leave a tip for your waitress, you are paying more on your bill. So you are paying more than 100% on a markup. So let's do one example of those. Tax, I read that wrong. Tax, a certain percentage that is added to the cost of an item. This makes the total amount you are paying more than 100%. So Jenny bought $25.50 of clothing with an 8% sales tax. What is her total spent? So the first thing we're going to do is add the 2% together. So 100% is what she is paying for the clothing. Plus, she has to pay an additional 8% for tax. So altogether, Jenny is paying 108% total. So we're going to take the amount of her clothes, $25.50, times 108%. And to write 108% as a decimal, we're just going to move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left, or again, you can divide by 100 on your calculator. We get 1.08. So now I'm going to come back over to my calculator, and I'm going to do $25.50, which was the cost of her clothes, times 1.08, because it's 108% that she's paying, and we get $27.54. So $27.54. Yep. That's our total that she's going to pay for her clothing. All right. So exactly the same thing, except for because this is a markup, we have to make sure that we are adding to 100% because we're paying extra for tax and tip and things like that. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to keep working the next few slides. The next one has a tip. The next one has just a markup. Sometimes stores will mark up items just to make a profit. Here's a couple more that you're going to do with tax and tip. And then the last slide has a double markup. So what if you go to the store or you go to a restaurant with your parents and you are leaving a tip plus tax? How much are you going to pay? Just like the example I talked about earlier, you cannot combine those two markups and just do this as one step. You're going to need to do 2 steps on that problem. And then the last one might be my favorite because the next one has a discount and tax. So it has a mark down first, get that answer, and then add your tax for the markup at the end and get your total answer. So this is what you're going to do today. Go through, try your best. I wish we could do it in person. It's not ideal, but I think that, you guys will be fine. Follow through my examples. Also, just so you're aware, this page right here is in your OMG where I have some more examples. All right. So if you need to, there's an example of a sales tax, a tip, a markup, and 2 discount problems. There's even one on here with 2 markdowns. So 2 discounts, kind of like Alicia's problem. All right. So if you're stuck, refer to your OMG, do the best you can. Message me if you have any questions. Other than that, you have Moby Max this week. And if you have any missing work, of course, get that done. If you need me, make sure that you reach out, do your very best. I'm already proud of you. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.